Range Theory Trader with you for another video on an in-depth analysis of a long 3x3 daily Range Theory trade. So let's not waste time and get right into it. Now, I used the indicator. I didn't use the indicator. The indicator just fired to show me a possible long range. So let's go here and do this. And I'm going to pull up our reference chart because we have to remember that for long daily trades, okay, what we're looking for is 3 strong closes, and then our primary trading range is going to be below the range candle, okay? Or you can also try to take a continuation trade on within the next 1 to 2 days if price is indeed going to continue up to complete the candle range theory for this range candle. So this is our template that we're operating off of. So the indicator does fire right here with this green arrow. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about these little green arrows here, you need to take a look at the indicator video on this channel. It's the most recent one. Just look at that one. All right. So we always confirm the indicator though, because it while it may appear, we do like to still see 3 strong closes, okay, with large bodies. That's what we prefer. So you have when an indicator fires, we just look at the prior 2 candles, 1, 2, and that's it. And we see, okay, does this constitute a low? And if you see here, it fired twice in a row. I chose this range because this was valid to me. You had a decent candle range here, close here. I know the low is here. It didn't quite close here, and then a strong enough close below both of these lows to start saying, okay, you have 3 strong closes. So our ideal trading range is right here. However, I wasn't able to take this trade. This was last Thursday. I took a continuation trade. So what I did was let me get rid of this. I focused on the money candle. So what is the money candle? The money candle is what's going to create the low, the primary low of any given candle range. So in essence, let me go here. This candle right here, the lowest point of the manipulation candle, some people call this, I call it the money candle. Either way, the candle that just makes the low before the reversal. That right there, that candle, okay, on the daily chart. And that candle was this one right here. This was Friday. So going into Monday, Tuesday, today's Wednesday, but I took this trade. I think I took it yesterday. But going into Monday, Tuesday, I just simply drew a fib from the top to the bottom of the money candle because this was the lowest point. Okay, it wasn't this one or this one. It was this one, Friday's price action. And I said, okay, as long as I get in around the 50% point of the money candle, then I'm going to see if I can just ride that up and see what happens, right? So this one was tricky because I wanted to see price action just continue on Monday and go straight up, but Monday didn't do much, as you can see here. The move didn't come until Tuesday, and that will happen. But now let's go down to our entry time frame and see when the best entry would have been on. You could have got in Monday. Monday actually would have been the best entry, but there was a few. We had a few opportunities. So we're going to focus on Monday. So let's do the replay option. And we're going to start on Monday. Let me get rid of this. I'm also going to get rid of this one. We don't need the indicator once you identify the direction on the daily chart. So on Monday, the best time to trade, again, with this purple line here, that's around about where you want to be looking to go long. So obviously it hit it here in the 5 a.m. hour during London, but then it did drop some more. This was the low of the day. So this is the money candle on the smaller 5-minute time frame right here. This was the candle that created the low of the day, right? Because we like to see a break above the money candle, which did come pretty much immediately after it. So you would have been good to enter anywhere from 8 a.m. until about 9. Pardon me. About 9:05 a.m. So you had about a whole hour to get in anywhere in here. That would have been fine. And then from there on, if ever we do miss the entry, what I like to look for are swing lows in the case of a long example. There is an indicator that you can use for that. Any swing low indicator should be fine. There's one by Lux Algo that has swing highs and swing low patterns. So if you put that on the chart, it will identify some. So if you can get a swing low around it doesn't get all of them. I eyeball them more than anything else. But remember that swing highs and swing lows create zones of entries. So this right here was a swing low, but it did get taken out, because if there's a swing low that's created, we like to see the low hold like it does here. It didn't hold here, but it did hold. Let me get rid of this. That indicator is not the best. I like eyeballing them. Let me see if I can make this a little big, because to me, once I see a low, lower low, higher low, I count that as a swing low. So you have a low here, lower low here, high low here. This right here in my mind is a swing low, with this middle candle being the lowest point of that price action right there. So as soon as this candle right here at 1040 closes, and at 1045, this also would have been a good entry. So I'll mark all the entries. So this is Monday at 1045. That one might have been decent because I'm coming off a swing low. So let's remember, if you miss the entry off the money candle, then at that point you're looking for swing points. And you want to scale. Well, I like to scale in to these positions, but that's a high risk. Or you could just do one entry either way. And your stop loss can go a little bit below the lowest point of the candle. Sometimes it may wick you out, but other times it won't. So it just depends. So, but that would be my primary entry range right in here at between 1045 and 1050. I'll try to stack those entries there. And as long as this low swing point holds, I'll mark this. This swing point here, I would set a price alert to say, okay, is price, wait, no, not money candle. I want to be sure price does not close below this swing point low. Okay, so I just have that right there. Okay, so that's a swing point to say, hey, look, this is where I got in at. This looked interesting to me. Best entry would have been back here. Second best entry over here. Okay, low, lower, low, higher, low. Okay, that's the swing point. All right, and then as you can see, price did go up. The meat of the price action was on Tuesday. So let me go back to that. Yeah, we'll see what we can see on that one. Because the main point of this video is to show that even though you may not get the best entry on one day, if it's still in the range, and if it's a daily pattern and price hasn't completed the range just yet, there's a chance that it could break out or just keep going. So, okay, that's Tuesday now. And as we can see, price is still going. It won't give me the daily, but let me go back. And I will do this. Okay, let's try that. There we go. Okay, and I want to be sure on Tuesday. Not quite. Let me go back a little further. We'll try like right there. There we go. Okay, so going into Tuesday, we always like to see where's the low of day on Tuesday. It was right here. Like, where's the money candle? That's always question number one. Of the day, where's the low of the day and where's the money candle related to it? So for Tuesday, this was the money candle right here. Okay, every day has its own money candle. And a close below it, that is the first and best entry. So this is the money candle for Tuesday. Best entry would have been at like 2050, which is, let me double check this to be sure. Sometimes I get rusty on my military time. Okay, so 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This would have been the best entry for Tuesday. So even if you miss Monday, you could have got in Tuesday right here. All right, so that's based, that entry is based on the close above the money candle. So even though there's a swing low here, swing lows come into play if you miss the money candle break. Okay, this is still the best and preferred entry. After that, though, remember that swing lows should be near the daily open or near the low of day. I'm not looking for swing lows up here like this lower low, lower low, higher low right here. I wouldn't try to take that swing low. No, I want it closer to the daily open. This is the best swing low right here. Low, lower low, higher low. This is the zone right here. Okay, see how it's close to the daily open right here? The DO means daily open or daily open price. Okay, swing low off of that. That's a great entry signal. So low, lower low, higher low, that fits. And so let me see here. I'll just put a entry signal there. And this was from You can say around 3:50 a.m. during London session, all the way to, we'll say about 4:55 a.m. Okay, this is on here, but it's built off of this swing low near the daily open. So it's not enough to just see a swing low. It also has to be in the right place of the market, the right segment of the market. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so that was pretty much it. Those were the best ones. So now let's go back to the daily and see what we got. A lot of drawings here, but hopefully all of that made sense. Now let's just see how many pips, and it's still going. Okay, we're back on the daily chart now. So remember, we had our indicator fire to say you had a tradable range. Let me get rid of this arrow here. And then this first entry here to the top of the range was good for, to the top of the range was good for 57 pips. So that was awesome. Another entry on Tuesday would have been good for 50 pips. And then the one on Monday, no, not Monday, but Tuesday, which was yesterday, that one would have been good for, was a couple, about 40 pips, not counting the breakout because it's still going up. And then lastly, the last one, if you were anticipating the breakout, you could have got 50 or so pips, but to the range top, it was good for about 22. But either way, all of those entries would have been valid. All of it. Now, of course, obviously, though, I don't trade outside of the candle range. I don't trade the breakout. I don't do that. All trading, remember, it should take place near the daily open price or around the low of the day if you're long. Okay, that's about the best you're going to get. But count on swing lows for longs to be your main entry signal and try to get some good positions there, like I've just shown you. And you should have it, and set your stop loss or at least a price alert, bare minimum. But these are all the entries on the larger time frame. And then it's just a matter of really being patient. I got out of this trade way too early, but had I held it, I think I was trading it on Monday because it was below the low of the money candle here on the daily chart. Had I just held these positions here, I would have been good, but I got impatient, and I really don't like holding the trades overnight. So, but yeah, but it was a valid setup. So that was eurocad. You can definitely take a look at that on your own. But again, you have your range candle. The money candle came a little later. Okay, but sometimes you'll have these pins to the low. But this was the concrete money candle that low did hold, and then these were the ideal entries here on Monday, and then Tuesday for the continuation up. So that's it. Hope you got some value out of the video, and be sure to check the links in the description for other trainings, and have a great rest of your day. Take care.